James Garner was born James Scott Bum Garner on April 7, 1928, in Norman, Oklahoma. Growing up during the Great Depression shaped him in ways he would carry for the rest of his life: a quiet determination, a strong work ethic, and a deep sense of empathy. His early childhood was not easy. His mother passed away when he was only 5, leaving his father, Weldon Bumner, to navigate the world with little guidance. Much of young James's time was spent moving between relatives, taking on odd jobs, and learning how to fend for himself. These early experiences left an imprint. They instilled resilience, patience, and the ability to see the world through a lens of kindness, traits that would later define both the man and the actor. Service and discipline. Before he ever stepped onto a set, Garner served his country. At just 16, he dropped out of school to join the Merchant Marine, and later, during the Korean War, he served in the U.S. Army with distinction, earning 2 Purple Hearts. His military experience shaped him in ways Hollywood could never. He developed discipline, courage, and a profound understanding of sacrifice. These qualities would naturally translate into his acting career, giving his performances an authenticity that audiences felt immediately. He never glorified heroism. He understood it as effort, endurance, and quiet honor. The accidental actor. Garner's entry into acting was almost by chance. After returning from the war, he moved to Los Angeles, working a variety of odd jobs to get by, including modeling for print ads. One day, while helping a friend audition, he was noticed by a talent agent. That simple moment changed everything. His striking looks, calm presence, and easy charm marked him as someone destined for the screen. He began taking small television and film roles, learning the craft through experience rather than formal study. Maverick and breakthrough. Everything changed in 1957 when Garner was cast as Brett Maverick in the TV series Maverick. The show was different from other westerns at the time. Its humor, charm, and wit made Garner's character relatable and fresh. Unlike the typical stoic cowboy, Maverick was clever, reluctant to fight, and quick with a smile. Audiences were captivated, and overnight, James Garner became a household name. What made Maverick special wasn't just the character, but how much of James's own personality, his wit, warmth, and grounded nature shone through. Film career and versatility. Garner's success on television led him to the big screen. He demonstrated remarkable versatility, moving seamlessly between romantic comedies like The Thrill of It All, 1963, and Move Over, Darling, 1963 with Doris Day, and action films like The Great Escape, 1963, where he held his own alongside Steve McQueen. Audiences loved him not only for his charm, but for the depth he brought to his characters. Unlike many actors of his time, Garner avoided the trappings of ego and celebrity, choosing instead to remain authentic, grounded, and professional. Colleagues often described him as a gentleman, humble and kind, a man whose character off-screen matched the warmth audiences saw on it. The Rockford Files. In the 1970s, Garner reinvented the television hero with The Rockford Files. Playing Jim Rockford, a witty, clever private investigator who relied more on brains than brawn, Garner showed that heroism could be nuanced. The role was physically demanding, and he performed many of his own stunts, often injuring himself in the process. Despite this, he approached every day with professionalism, rarely missing work and always giving his best. The role earned him an Emmy in 1977 and cemented his place as one of television's most enduring stars. Advocacy and integrity. Throughout his career, Garner was also a quiet advocate for fairness in Hollywood. He spoke out against unfair studio practices and fought for actors' rights, valuing creative freedom over superficial glamour. His approach to life mirrored this philosophy: integrity, respect, and consistency over showmanship or trend-chasing. Garner's reputation was built not only on his talent, but on the way he treated others, both on set and off. Love and marriage. James Garner's personal life was defined by a love story that matched the warmth and steadfastness of his screen persona. He met Lois Josephine Fleshman Clark at a party in 1956, and the connection was immediate. James was captivated by her energy, humor, and warmth. They dated for just 16 days before marrying on August 17, 1956. Their marriage, which lasted nearly 58 years, was one of Hollywood's rare success stories. Despite the whirlwind beginning, their relationship endured the pressures of fame, long separations, and the passage of time, grounded in mutual respect, laughter, and deep affection. Lois had a young daughter, Kim, recovering from polio when James entered the family. He stepped into the role of stepfather with patience and care, showing the same empathy he would bring to every aspect of his life. In 1958, the couple welcomed their daughter, Greta She Garner. The family became the anchor in James's life, a source of stability and pride that he often spoke of with tenderness. Even during brief separations in 1970 and 1979, the couple reunited, stronger and more committed to one another, proving that long-lasting love is rooted in understanding and perseverance. Randolph Scott, a reflection on integrity. Later in life, Garner spoke candidly about Randolph Scott, a Hollywood legend he admired deeply. To him, Scott represented an ideal of quiet strength and integrity. Garner recalled that Scott carried himself with dignity and never pretended to be something he wasn't. He didn't chase fame or manipulate the public. His work spoke for him. Scott was private, disciplined, and consistent, qualities that Garner admired and respected. His calm confidence and understated power left a lasting impression on younger actors, including Garner himself, showing that true influence in Hollywood doesn't always come with spectacle. Legacy in Hollywood. Garner's own career reflected many of the qualities he admired in Scott: professionalism, humility, and authenticity. He built a reputation not through gossip or drama, but through steady work, generosity, and a quiet determination to do his best. From Maverick to the Rockford Files, and his films like Murphy's Romance, 1985, and The Notebook, 2004, Garner left a legacy of relatable, nuanced characters who felt human, approachable, and real. His work continues to inspire actors and audiences alike. Later years and enduring partnership. Even as James grew older, he maintained the same grounded approach to life. His marriage to Lois remained the center of his world. She was his anchor, caring for him quietly during his declining health and preserving his privacy from the public eye. Their bond demonstrated that love, patience, and mutual respect endure when nurtured with care. Garner passed away on July 19, 2014 at the age of 86, leaving behind a life, a career, and a love story that felt both extraordinary and profoundly human. Lois survived him by 7 years, her life quietly shaped by the love they shared and the memories of their decades together. Reflections on life. James Garner's life was never about fame for its own sake. It was about authenticity, integrity, and quiet dedication. He approached challenges with resilience, nurtured the people he loved, and remained true to himself through every triumph and trial. Whether on the screen as a charming, principled hero, or in life as a devoted husband, father, and friend, Garner embodied the values that Hollywood often overlooks: kindness, humility, and a commitment to doing the right thing. His reflections on Randolph Scott reveal the kind of man Garner aspired to be: steady, principled, and quietly influential. Garner admired those who carried themselves with dignity, whose actions spoke louder than words, and who never compromised their integrity. In this way, Garner both honored a predecessor and quietly defined his own place in Hollywood history. Enduring influence. James Garner's influence continues beyond the screen. He redefined masculinity for generations, showing that charm and strength are not mutually exclusive, that courage can be understated, and that a career built on integrity can be both successful and deeply respected. His marriage, career, and personal choices leave a model for living with grace, empathy, and resilience, inspiring those who value authenticity over spectacle. Garner's story is one of enduring humanity. From a small Oklahoma town to the heights of Hollywood fame, he carried with him the lessons of hardship, the discipline of service, the warmth of family, and the quiet wisdom of a life lived with intention. His legacy is not just the roles he played, but the way he played life itself, steadily, sincerely, and with